Hey guys, Lippy Rippy here is part 2. No face cam to start off this one because, yeah, just not the great time for face cam right now. But yeah, part 2, we're finishing off the discussion. Yeah, enjoy the final 40 odd minutes of this discussion. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Tangent off. Hunting party now uses an arc formation. Brilliant. Just it's going to be
Second time they changed it.
I'm so glad they changed that because, you know, it's the reasoning is that it shouldn't be able to be a punishing trait anymore. The things will walk forward and they will clump up and then you just...
Yep.
So that's a nice thought, but I don't think it's going to change a whole lot. Energy cost is nice because 10 energy for that crap was just useless. It was rubbish. Yeah, what can I say? Paradise Needler. Health decreased by 4.7%. That is massive. It's massive change. Thank God, because that thing was able to just hard counter any mech, pretty much.
See, what I don't get is why don't they just reduce the freaking attack speed on this thing?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, the damage increase is a bit off. I don't know why that's necessary. But, you know, sure, I guess. It was intended... It was doing too well against swarms. The reason it was doing too well against swarms is because its attack speed is like an automatic rifle. It will just chew through
Freaking Gatling
swarms,
plant.
and it will just chew through them. Not because it was, you know, an AOE plant, but because it could just hit one thing, it would one-shot it, and then would move to the next one and one-shot it, and then one-shot the next little guy. The real way it needs to be stopped from dealing with swarms so effectively, or groups of enemies, is just reduce its attack speed, and then you bump up its knockback a little bit, not by what it did a couple patches ago, which was just completely scuffed, but okay. I hate that they increased. So anyway, Paradise Needler. It's not as healthy anymore.
Do you feel like it's a nerf or a buff?
I think it's kind of both.
Right. Well, yes, but like the net effect.
To be honest, I think their whole goal of making it so like mid health solo units will not hurt it as much is gonna like flop, because with the reduced health, Ripper's gonna take it out easier if you can stun it. So
yes,
reducing its health did absolutely freaking nothing, and
well, it might mean that
the
it could
damage
be
is doing absolutely freaking nothing. It's just it makes no sense.
Well,
like,
I mean,
they
it
should've
already
reduced
flat
the speed
stops
of
the
it.
Ripper from moving forward and hitting it anyway if they place it down properly and not just dump it.
Yeah, so they
on
didn't
the
really
thing.
change anything on it.
So
Yeah.
I guess it might require a teeny weeny bit more skill to play, but it's still, again, Navi plants are just things you can drop there and then you don't have to remember that they're even existing anymore because they just do everything for you. Yeah, anyway, next, the last member of the Garden Grove, the Puffball. Health
my God.
decreased by 5%. Necessary. Puffball health increased for no reason. I don't
Because
see...
you know, if you hit an exploding ball of gas with something, it's not going to explode the first time you poke it.
Look, I don't understand either, dude. Puffball damage decreased, thank God, because, like, the issue with the Puffball is you can just dump it down, right? And then everything will attack it, and then anything within its range, it's guaranteed to deal damage to it with the spores. You can't stop the spores from dealing damage. They are guaranteed to hit if they get within range, and they will, because everything will be swarmed around it.
I see Puffball as the most egregious plant because it is. I can't think of a single situation where it's not useful for
It's
the energy.
an
that it costs.
offensive and defensive, like you can use it for both. And its description states it should be used to supplement an offensive push or to be used as a distraction. And this thing is just a nuke. Like it,
Yeah.
it's a nuke with a 6 feet metal shell. Like it's huge, but like, oh man, whatever.
It's actually just a nuke tree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. The 4 puffs that come out after it dies, I think, are the most egregious part because that makes it good against high health units.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand this being good against low health unit because it has an AoE explosion. But when 4 puffs come out at once and they all do damage, like, they don't work like other exploding units in other games, right? Where they, like, damage each other and they blow each other up, like, I don't know, like Banelings in StarCraft, right? They all each individually do their own damage. And so that makes it, like, really good against high health units. When it
If
dies.
the spores didn't explode when they were killed, like if an AMP shot it dead and it didn't explode, it would be fine. Because But
I still think it's fine that they explode when they get shot. It's just like, as Smurf says, you shouldn't have this abundance of spores come out when it dies, and half health a flame boss, or obliterate whatever frickin' anything weaker.
I think
It just doesn't make sense.
the spores, in my opinion, should have a minimum distance they need to travel before dealing max damage.
I just don't think they should spawn 4 when it dies.
Mm.
As simple as that.
What do you
It
think,
just doesn't
Ivory?
make sense.
What do you think? These are your troops. Tell us.
Me?
Yeah,
Yes, you.
we're just drowning you out.
Apparently the game is up, so that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay, brilliant. All right, so we're going to move on. Okay, Stingbats, damage
Sorry.
decrease.
Okay, I'm back.
Don't forget that you have something important you're doing here.
Yeah, this is very important. This might get 2 views. Stingbats, damage decrease. Sure. Sentinels,
Yeah, whatever.
health increased. Sure. Damage increased. Damage increased, sorry.
Yep, they buffed it.
I mean, they were pretty underrated as it wasn't because nobody used them, so we'll see.
I use them.
That's what happens. Okay, you know what? Every single frickin' Navi unit that's actually good, nobody frickin' pays attention to.
Where's my
They
count
just
gone?
Ignore it. And then eventually the devs are like, oh, this needs to be stronger because no one uses it, and they keep buffing it and buffing it and buffing it, and then people are like, oh, this unit's cool. It's pretty fair, and it's frickin' OP.
Yeah.
Look at the frickin' Titan. They gave it more health than
Which,
like,
yeah, moving on again. They've buffed the Titan for no fucking reason.
Fuck
It
yes.
went down a rarity and it got stronger.
Yeah. So
Yep.
what they should
Really?
do at this point is just add an extra stick to every bush in the game as well, because this is just unnecessary and it doesn't need to happen because it already could tank out a fucking nuclear missile and hit like a truck, and now it's just going to tank out a fucking planet blowing up, and it's going to hit like a semi-trailer. So I mean, sure,
Yeah.
nice buffs. Navi will love that. RDA will hate it. 2 crews, health
People-
increase and damage increase. Not necessary.
Fuck yes,
Not
I
necessary.
love my 2 crew.
It's not necessary though.
Oh,
like,
guys, there's
they
Mola is gonna be so fucking
Two
annoying.
crew have always been really
Dude.
strong,
Yeah,
and just because
they
Jake
were.
didn't buff it, they all complained.
Yep.
bullshit. It's giving me a whole tutorial and it's like, change your name. I don't want to change it.
Yeah,
Make you
it doesn't change
relocate.
my name.
What's
My
going
bubble was
on?
off.
RDA troops, bunker, has had a whopping 20.5% increase. Huge, but it's also had a cost increase. This is brilliant. This thing is going to tank out the world
Yep.
and some now.
I think it's actually going to be viable on defense.
Yes.
Because before it was just a freaking dire horse block. That's all it's ever been.
Flame boss, damage increased. Sure.
By one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Boo.
That's nice.
Not a
That is quite a bit.
That's nice.
That's a lot.
It's 1 point.
Boo.
Which scales? So yes, it's
Yeah, which
yeah,
scale?
so like for us it's going to be like 5 points at our level. I don't know.
it's. I mean, it's.
Oh,
I'll take
like
it, but necessary?
Yeah.
Not really.
Nope.
Gas grenade.
Actually, I think it is necessary because like Viper Wolves, when they get left with like 1 freaking point of health,
True.
and they're only like 5 levels above, like
Dude.
that was really annoying.
Gas grenade. Gas grenade. Thank God. This was necessary. Damage increased by 50% because, as we know, gas grenade was absolutely useless.
Yep.
Sorry. Let's look at that number again. From 20 to 30.
It's still.
That's not.
It's still good.
Oh, okay.
It's still.
Its damage was so lackluster that even getting like a 30 level buff on it still did nothing.
It's a
It
nice
still
buff.
couldn't even kill a Viper Wolf.
It might not
So
do
what
a
the
whole
fuck is the
lot,
point?
but it's
It's
nice. They're working it. Fixed a bug where affected troops and towers were not coloured. Nobody cared.
Okay.
Fixed a bug that was causing gas grenades to do full damage to towers. Why was this an issue? It wasn't doing any damage to towers in the first place, so who cares?
Yeah.
This-
It already fixed.
This confuses me. Bugs with gas grenade cause it to be dominantly powerful, should be a dominantly powerful troop in the RDA arsenal until 2 patches ago when you fixed the bugs and everyone stopped using them.
Yep.
So that doesn't make any sense at all. Gas, I don't think people will use gas because nobody buffs it anyway, so who cares? Helldozer, this is huge. Ground troops and buildings around its target for 1 second on attack. I think it's per attack, yes?
per attack, yeah.
That is crazy. So this is
Yeah.
giving the Helldozer now, and the health increase. It's pretty nice, and damage increase. That's nice again. Before the Helldozer
No,
was
the max increase is nice.
yeah,
That's good,
brilliant. The Helldozer was so slow. You had a good year and a half to counter this thing before it got to your towers. Even if you planted it right on top of the tower, it would still take a good 6 months to get to its destination. So this is giving it more of... It'll pretty much just, if you leave it alone, it will just lock out a tower and it won't die, and it will just continue on its way. So it's giving more reason to counter the thing now. So this is huge. Maybe you might actually use it. Hornet. Damage increased by pretty much 12%. 2
A
points.
lot.
I don't see... This is hilarious. They nerfed the fuck out of this recently.
Yeah.
Over the last few patches. And they go, hey, maybe we actually
That's
need
too
to
much.
not have it be shit because the Banshee is out DPSing it by like six years. And it's double the cost.
Yep.
Attack range increased. That's nice. I don't...
What's the attack range of
I think it doesn't make sense. Of what?
What's Scorpion? Oh shit.
The Scorpion's 14? 12 is the range of RPGs and archers.
But what about what's the range for Needler? Because Gunship, the Needler will push
Needler's
the Gunship.
one less than Gunship.
One less
So I
than
think
Gunship.
they're even. I think it's 13.
So it's still gonna target the Hornet.
I think so.
Yeah, because Gunship could just like go way out of range and then kills the.
Well, it's just out of range.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
Gunship.
But then the Needler stops attacking it.
Yeah, it's just out of range.
Yeah.
RPGs will they won't target it at the same time as the Needler. The Needler targets them first, which makes me believe that Needler has longer range than the RPGs. So I think the Needler's 13.
Probably. Okay.
This is...
So that'll be fun to see what the Needler does to Hornet.
Considering the Hornet moves very fast, I'm pretty sure the Hornet's going to be able to take it down a lot
Well,
quicker.
they've... Incinerator. Damage increased by 12%. I haven't used it personally.
I
so don't
mean,
know
it's
how
really
big of a change.
like she has like a lot of health, but her damage is terrible. So I think the slight increase to her damage is going to be nice, but like the problem with her attack is that it's just too thin. It hits one thing at a time unless they're perfectly lined up, and they're only ever perfectly lined up for like a half a second. So I don't see the point of it. I think it's dumb.
Link's... You're going to be happy about this, Zet. Link's transport. Health increased by
am.
27.7%. Look at
Holy
that.
This is-
shit. Massive.
It's just a Zeticon patch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this is just
Yeah.
his patch.
So
Link's
so
transport.
you know what the best part about this is?
What?
No.
At match level, an Ikron would like just kill a Lynx. So
Before?
now it's not going to kill the Lynx. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is the greatest
So,
day of
so
my
it's
life.
just been made a... It's just been made
It's
a
now a
war-based.
concrete picnic table. Okay.
Concrete
It's not
motorized
made of wood
picnic table.
anymore.
It was often dying before reaching the enemy tower line because nobody used the troop in the first place. They expect it to better fill out the RDA's frontline troops. So yes, maybe people will actually use it now.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
Missile battery. Damage decrease. Health increase. Increased rate of fire. Any comments on missile battery?
I think
think
it's good. Yeah, it's a buff.
It's
like
good. It's good.
it's a what is it? A 10% increase in fire speed, basically, right?
Yeah. So it's gonna attack. It's gonna have like 1 or 2 more attacks in lifespan if you keep it alive. So it makes it more threatening, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
all honesty, like dire horses could not do a lot of damage to it. So I think it's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, good change. Like it. Cool. Yeah, not much more. Ripper. Here we go. Health decreased by 11%. Damage increased by 12.
Decrease.
Sorry, it decreased, man. Imagine if it was increased. And
Rip.
energy cost decreased from 7 to 6.
That's a big.
The energy
This one's
cost
gonna
is
be
nice.
controversial.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real. Yeah, because like it lost
It's
health and
cheaper.
damage equal to the amount of energy that it lost.
Yeah.
So like it's technically the same effectiveness.
Mhm.
But I think the issue is that like because it dies faster, it's gonna be harder to use.
Yeah, but you
like
can
you
play
have
it.
to find an opening.
Yeah, it's
What-
become a higher skill card.
Yeah, and the thing I don't like about that is that like, can you Ikron one-shot kill a dire horse?
Okay, so my horse base level 37. The health is 2,577. Well, my Econ is level 40. Damage is 2,588.
So no, an
Um,
Ikron doesn't
So
kill.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, it's 3
but an
levels higher.
Ikron does kill a Ripper. That's something that I think is dumb. That
Mm.
they've dropped the health and damage of the Ripper again, and it's still an Ikron Prime target, that instant kills it. But the Dire Horse that's cheaper has more health.
I guess another way to look at it though is Ikron killed Ripper before too, right? And now it still kills Ripper, but it only costs 6 energy. Like, so if you have to Ikron the Ripper, you're now taking a -2 energy trade as opposed to just a -1 energy.
-3. It's not. It's Ikron costs 9 now.
Right. So yeah. So it's
no,
more.
Ikron is 8.
I thought they changed it to 9.
I think they changed it from 7 to 8. Yeah. I don't know. I think this will be overall good if you use Ripper in like a judicious way, as opposed to just like if you were someone who played Ripper in a lane, just like threw it down and hoped it would walk up to the tower and
Yeah.
cut it down. Like this is bad for you. But if you were someone who played Ripper like more strategically, it would be good for you that the energy cost is down because you can play it in more situations. And Ikron is a worse trade against it.
RPG squad, same shit as a hunting party. Whatever. Scorpion
No.
gunship is now rare, and its health was increased by 3% and increased fire rate. Thank God.
That's good.
That's a nice buff. It's not really what I expected. Scorpion, nice, cool. Shredder, health increase, damage increase.
Why are we glossing over the Scorpion? Sorry, I think the Scorpion is actually quite a big change, right? Like, it's a straight buff. I actually felt it was already a pretty okay troop.
No, it's really lackluster. At an equal point, like level per level, the Titan just completely way outshines it.
I agree.
Like we did Ivory and I did the test once, and they haven't changed the damage on the gunship since. But the gunship's damage at level 64 was the same damage as the Titan at 41.
Yeah.
So
Right.
no, the Scorpion gunship sucks, and the reason they just keep neglecting to fix that. Like the damage is so lackluster, and sure, it has enough health to survive in Ikron, but
Nice.
what about the damage? Then like when it shoots, if it shoots at a Stingbat swarm, it hits the first one and AoEs the next 2. There's still 2 more coming that it can't shoot because its primary target's dead. No man, it's so lackluster.
I like it, but I think yeah, if you measure it against the Titano in that way, it won't measure very well. But it's also like ranged and aerial. It can siege most not like. My thing is, it's one of the best units for dealing with the Garden Grove. Like it's like out of range for all the like for Paradise Needler and for Blast Bulb, and it kills those pretty quickly. And in general, it's like pretty good at taking down turrets. And Titano, there's like a lot of ways you can deal with it. Like you can play Ripper, you can play Troopers, you can distract it. Whereas Scorpion Gunship, you need something that can deal with like a really tanky air unit, which I think there's just fewer options for.
In a Navi versus RDA, there's a lot of options.
Yeah,
Like Ikron pretty much almost kills it.
Ikron almost kills it, but then it's a kind of a bad trade because Ikron is also 8 energy, and so now your Scorpion Gunship is still alive, but you've used an equal amount of energy to deal with it. At any rate, I think like
Well, we'll see how it goes, but I still don't think it's enough.
Troopers and Trooper Squad are the same thing. They got a nice buff. So 1 damage is still 1 damage. We'll take it. At least they didn't buff Fireballs again. They added more subclasses, experts, racers, and safeguards were already there. Experts now focus on harvest skill, racers on harvest speed, so you can't have a commander do both. And safeguards just immortal beings, but they don't provide bonuses to harvest speed and harvest skill. So I guess it's supposed to make your selections more tactical or something. I don't know. Here we go.
Yay.
Commander changes. Jake. He no longer boosts Viper Wars, instead he boosts Hellswarm.
Ew.
Interesting change.
Ew.
Interesting change.
Fuck.
I mean,
I'm so sad.
this is great.
This is great
Shut
for
up.
RDA, but it's kind of a bit of a
Fuck off.
weird change.
It's really weird. They really want you to use the 2 style cards because we don't use them. Hellstorm and
Neither do
arrows.
we. Used
that's
missiles and
why
that was
they
it.
keep putting like more of these things into these decks, so you guys have to start using them. Then you guys don't, and then complain when they get put in the deck that you want. And
Hey, I use arrows.
Aquay. I don't even know what this was.
It's a raider.
It's a raider.
Oh no,
Okay.
stalker. Sorry.
Stalker. Oh, and it buffs Guardian. Brilliant. Just what we wanted. And Dire Horse. Okay, cool.
Nice.
And Banshee and Sentinels.
love
Okay,
this
so that's not actually that bad of a deck. It's actually pretty decent.
Oh yeah, so you switched archers to banshees. Just
So it was
bit.
already good, and they've just made it the same. So yeah, cool. Maratu.
still doesn't
I
use
didn't
it.
even realize he buffed Blast Bulb. Okay.
I think that's new.
Didn't even know he was a commander.
Yeah.
Maratu was before.
Well, it was the second RDA Nemesis, but then they took that away, so nobody ever
Was
used
the-
it
was
ever
the-
again.
Yeah.
It was
He
good
was-
because it buffed Titan.
He used to be the only RDA nemesis on server 1, and nobody had Koriches, and all the Navis had Maratus, and they terrorized us with him. So I'm glad to see him no longer playing that role.
Oh,
Wow.
Lord. Nobody cares about Maratu anyway because you had better things like Sute. But nonetheless, the Titanathier buff might actually see him get used now,
It's
especially since
awesome.
Sute got dropped
Yep.
to rare. We'll see. Neytiri is now rare and has cosmetically been replaced by Ikeni.
They're gonna sell
Ikeni.
Neytiri back to you guys later.
Yeah,
Just-
they'll just give Neytiri
Oh,
back
okay.
as an epic commander when Avatar 2 comes out. That's literally what they're gonna do.
I see.
What did she lose? She lost
She-
Ikran.
She lost Ekron. Oh my god, it's the biggest thing.
Big. They removed Stingbat Swarm and gave you Hunting Party.
Well, no,
Hell
the
yeah.
thing about Storm just switched to the
Oh,
other.
sorry. They gave. Sorry, they
So it's just
removed
Ikran for
Ikran
Hunting
Assault and
Party.
gave you Hunting Party. So now you can have more arrows instead. Isn't that great?
That means people actually have to use skill on raids, so they can't just Ekron.
Sute, he's rare. What did
Rip.
they change? They gave him Viper Wolf Pack instead of Fire Thrower. Sure. That was.
Yeah, I still don't use it.
His deck was pretty solid as it was. So I mean,
Yeah, he's really good.
Vokan
Alright, Lippy, can you pronounce this?
is.
Oh,
Oh,
god, no.
fucking
What?
kill me. He's now uncommon
Syrup.
and been replaced by
Syrup.
Shura Ewan. Shura Ewan.
Not bad.
Serie
Ewan.
A1.
Good. That's good.
Serie A1.
Shura
why he
Ewan
just-
McGregor. So you have Obi-Wan Kenobi now. He buffs. Fucking kill me. He buffs Blast
What did he
Bomb.
buff?
What did he get actually? He doesn't buff. He buffed Champion?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Then again, nobody really used him anyway, so that's why we didn't know.
Well, he was Navi Nemesis, and then they took that away, so it was.
Oh yes, well, that's not. It's Ewan McGregor now. It's not Vokan.
Fortuitous releasing this Navi Nemesis when there's a Navi only server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you had a decent Vulcan.
Eh.
So
Yeah,
his
you got
deck
a
is
decent
pretty
server.
decent. Anything that buffs a Guardian is decent, in my opinion. But next, Sailor is now uncommon. I don't even know what she was before.
Sure, it was.
She's
It's
not
blue.
level
She
1.
went there.
She was a level 1 commander that nobody used.
Bucky has
Bucky
a
used
good one. Yeah. He's about the only one, though.
Okay. Swinara is now uncommon. Rip.
Oh,
But
rip.
don't worry, because she now buffs the Blast Bulb as well. No champion,
Yay.
so I guess
And
that's rip.
all the Viper Wolves.
Yeah, so she keeps her theme
Swarm the
of all
fuck
the
out of it.
doggies, and she now has more
Remove
plants to put
champion
in
and
front of you.
Banshee.
So the champion loss is going to be interesting because no
Rip.
more tank, but it doesn't matter
This
because
is
you
like-
got
yeah, it's
seeds,
just highly defensive.
you got your plants, just what we wanted.
Yeah.
Nobody
So
used you, so
defensive.
fuck off. Nobody
Yeah.
used you
It's my level
either.
3.
Nobody cares. Sumong is he's the other one. He's the offensive dude. Huh?
It's the money one.
Yeah, he's the counter attack, which is now available inside chests.
I think
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure his deck is more or less the same, except no more Banshee. But I didn't
Yeah.
see that being used too often because
Actually,
Oh.
it's pretty different. It took out all of the Banshee.
Yeah,
Like, he was
The
all
Banshee
Banshee.
fight, too.
oh, was he?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
Sente nobody used unless you were new player. Vinaya nobody used after you were
Yeah.
after you got Swinara, and she's now even easier to get. So whatever. Here we go. Here's the hunters. They've changed a bunch of them.
Ooh.
Sukal's now a safeguard, provides
Let me
bonus. Oh,
see this.
fucking rip this. Titanathier Tuka is hunting party, champion, Needler, and Sentinels. That's going to be close to impossible.
It's so heavy. Such a heavy deck.
That's going to be really expensive, but good luck getting through
but
anyway.
it's so good. Oh my god.
This deck is insane.
It's
That's so
It's
heavy. Holy shit. That's like a
ridiculous.
7 cost or something.
So
oh,
Kentro
that's-
Kappa, that's like what is
It-
that? Like
Beetles.
Beetles?
Beetles.
Beetles.
Yeah.
Beetles.
Mm.
Zoom Kana.
Oh.
I don't is well they all got dropped a rarity, so I'm not going to mention that anymore. She still provides a bonus to all troops and Ikran. and all towers, so she really hasn't changed a whole lot. She's just maybe lost a
Yeah.
couple levels.
So there's 3 different roles now, and then there's the base role. So the base role is just a regular one. It's the same as before. Safeguard is your defender that has +6 troops.
Yeah.
Expert has increased skill, and all of your bonuses only apply to that site. So Zoomcona can't go on any other site anymore.
Fuck.
Same with racers. Racers have all their bonuses at their
On their
site.
side. Okay.
So that's a
Wait,
good
but-
balance change. I didn't read that. And
Oh.
thank God you're here.
So
Look at what they say.
yeah,
You guys are gonna be really good at protecting Kencho Capras.
we've always been pretty good at
I mean,
protecting that because
Zoomcana's
we
been good
have
at
Suka
protecting
and
anything,
Zumi.
really.
Oof.
Aitukan, he no longer buffs. Was he the one who buffs the Guardian? He was. He no longer buffs
Yep.
the
He was.
Guardian. He instead buffs the War Beast in all troops.
That's nasty.
That's going to be
That's nasty.
crazy. So I think that's actually a buff.
Yeah.
But now he's
So
an
we're
expert.
never gonna raid Nets or Dreams or Jorge again.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
never gonna. We're never. No, 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 no. We're never
But-
gonna
but
raid
now he's an
Hexapede
expert.
ever again. So he only works
He's
Hexapede.
not an expert.
He is.
He's a
He's a
racer.
racer. Like that's just
Okay.
like a hunter version of a expert, I think.
So this, yeah, at any
No,
Hexapede. So
no.
it's not at any site.
Expert
Yes.
is skill. Racer is speed.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I
Uh,
believe that these don't work at every site, but they're just individual.
Yeah, it's just very
They
specific
only work
now.
at their own. Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
Oh.
So he's
that's
gonna
a change.
he's gonna really
huge
protect
change.
whatever the fuck
Then-
he gets. What is it again? Whatever.
Now, when
he-
you look at
Hexapede.
Moraine here, Moraine, her Saberhog Hunter skill only applies at Saberhog Moors, but her
Yeah.
Nightwing and Fire Dancer apply anywhere. This is where the changes come in. So
What do you
green
mean?
commanders and less affect any site.
Oh.
Like green commanders almost feel better than blue commanders.
Oh my god. My Intalk
just
and my
as good, if
Alira are
not
gonna be
better.
so
Yeah.
fucking nasty.
Like it's
Are you
ridiculous.
kidding? Wait until you see what they did to my Drenic and Chang. Okay, I'm so mad.
Oh.
Omalu has been renamed to Omleki.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an omelet.
So he's anywhere. He still buffs his Vibe Wolf. Then, not changed.
Whatever.
Apart from the other changes.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
Entok now boosts Guardian at
This is my
anywhere,
new
but he
Itakon.
specializes in Hexapede. He buffed Viper Wolf Pack before.
Yeah.
Even though it says right there, I just neglected to read it.
I think. Okay, guys,
So
guys. I
Entok
think
is
this
now
is
an
a
actual mirror
typo.
match.
I think this is a typo because it's supposed to protect at Stern Beast sites, not Hexapede, right?
True.
Who?
Yeah, it's
The
supposed
Impact.
to at
The first
Stern
one.
Beast and not Hex. So they've typoed that. Good job.
Yeah.
Tu
fucked that up.
Itan. Oh, he's the common one. Who cares?
He's the generic one.
They haven't changed at all.
Yeah.
Kiralu has been replaced by Ninat, who, fun fact,
Oh,
I
God.
believe was a suggestion to Jake Sully as a woman to marry by Neytiri in the movie. Fun fact for you that nobody cares about.
We have many fine women. Ninat is the best singer.
Obsidian, just Obsidian. She's a safeguard. Sky Arch, a fire thrower. Guardianette.
Guardian.
I think there's supposed to be a space bar there. A space in between
Yep.
there. This is a new trip. End Blast Bulb, Stingbat, and
It's a small
Hellspawn.
guardian.
That's a nice deck. Kiralu
Yeah.
is was already strong.
Well, I find it interesting that they took out the Needler.
Yeah, that was
So-
the biggest thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if this one's actually going to be difficult to fight anymore.
Yeah, the
simply
Needler
because,
was. Mm-hmm.
like Blast Bulb getting a buff does it's only going to give it more
It's
health.
still bad. Yeah.
Guardian is cool. Yeah, Guardian's always
Mhm.
great. Fire Thrower nobody really uses, so like it'll be
Really
interesting if it
bad.
actually starts getting used. And then Stingbat Swarm and Hellswarm. So
Well, Fire Thrower
Again.
was one of the 3 buffed troops from before.
Moat, Rip Moat. She lost her champion.
That's changed.
Got
This is a
got
huge
2
change.
crews. That's a huge change. Thank fucking God.
It's amazing.
Only because a bunch of other gatherers have Guardian champion now. I
You
feel
would
like-
rather have 2 crew than champion?
No,
Yes.
but my 2 crew is higher level,
you're
like
talking
way
about-
higher.
Okay, but not only is she not buffed champion, only buffs 2 crew now. She also only buffs them at Obsidian Crags.
Yeah, I know.
I
That's all of these.
feel like this is going to
whatever.
be a huge rip to Moat. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But still, I guess strong 2 crews are still just dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Rorm, I don't remember. Oh, that dude.
Nobody uses it.
I don't remember
Nobody
who he was.
farms Razor Palm.
Hashtag Razor Palm.
He's a safeguard and champion.
By
Nobody farms this,
speaker.
but I mean, sure, if
Yeah.
you're gonna farm it, maybe they'll increase that's the whole point of increasing the cost, right? So you have to farm it more, maybe.
Ugh.
But we get all those resources from events anyway, unless they changed it.
Yeah.
Viper Wolf Packat. Oh lord. It's not a bad deck nonetheless. It's still good. Moving on.
That's pretty good.
Ukwala, Spine Cone. Is she? Yeah, only a Spine Cone. She buffs Titana Fear. She really hasn't
Big
changed.
puppy. Yeah, nothing changed.
She just gonna be stronger. Alira, my favorite. Paradise Needler, no more archers.
Oh my god, it's so good.
At anywhere.
Oh, mine is gonna be
At anywhere.
so good.
So that's oh boy.
Holy fuck.
Now no longer is she
Yeah.
the one who you just be like, oh, archers, lol, missiles. Now you're gonna actually have to try. Lunapay.
Oh yeah.
Good old Lunapay still buffs the puffball at anywhere, but specializes in Beanstalk that no one farmed anyway, so she's just going to
Oh.
be used anywhere.
So she's good. Yeah.
Rallin, Obsidian Man, anywhere he buffs the Sentinels. What a juicy change from
Oh.
Arrowstorm to
Yeah, that
Sentinels.
one looks really cool.
That's amazing.
That's going to be
Wait.
huge.
I might actually work on it. Holy fuck.
Rook
Yeah,
is
I honestly
now...
think these uncommons are better than rares now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah,
bad.
that's
Yeah,
one of the
the
buffs.
The comments have always been technically better because first off, you can get a lot more shards for them.
Yeah, so
Second
much
off,
easier.
You can level them up really easy and upgrade them a lot easier than anything else.
Yep.
And the only time that they're actually worse is in the long run when you get to the end game.
Yep.
When you're at everything
Yep.
max level, that's the only time they're not going to be better.
Hmm.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
they're always going to outshine the other commanders, even if they're the same power. Like if you take anybody who farms the same two things. So take Augustine at level 31. Before, she would get plus 18 to everything, right? And then take Shen at 37 gets plus 18. So not only is your Shen going to actually be stronger than Augustine because she has more levels and therefore higher towers, you're going to survive better. They've always been significantly better.
Yeah.
Moving on, Rook is now Rookie. Razor Palm, and he's got his Banshees back. Good old Rookie.
Oh, thank God.
Now has his Banshee back. That thing was a
that's nasty.
terror back when he had Banshee before, and
Yeah.
it's still going to be. It's going to be even worse of a terror now because it got buffed. Nanti, no different, no one cares. Quaritch.
Yeah, bro.
Oh lord.
Haha.
They have replaced his Grenadier with a Hornet. Boys,
Yeah. This is
Ooh.
controversial.
this is interesting because at
No, man,
least
it's so good.
before
I think it's good too, but
it's
Yeah.
good. I just worry about the average cost though, because like before it was kind of evened off
The
by
cost went up by 1.
the Grenadier. What was Grenadier 4 or 5?
4, and Hornet Scout's 5.
Also, Ripper went down
It's
by
5?
1.
I thought it was
So
6.
it's
Yeah.
net.
Oh,
It's net
yeah.
neutral.
Okay, never mind.
It's net
Quaritch,
neutral
nice
from
buff.
Quaritch's deck.
We're just gonna not spam our flame bosses on as frequently, I guess, maybe. But then again, Jake doesn't have any swarms anymore, so whatever.
Yep.
More Dago. More Gado. Sorry, what the fuck?
Thank you so much.
What?
This is my commander. Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna call him more Dago still because that's how I know him.
Oh.
I don't know why. More Gado. What a
So I'm actually super happy about his changes.
I actually like these changes. They're nice.
So,
Infantry nest.
so the big issue, I don't know why they put Nest in there, but
Yeah.
the big issue before was that we had no infantry for the Lynx.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
had no infantry to support the Helldozer. We had no infantry to support the Shredder, and all of them list in their entries support with infantry.
It was just like, here's a bunch of shit. Don't support it.
None of the infantry did any damage to anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, why the fuck are we using any of these things?
Oh, he lost his Shredder.
So now that we have them back,
I'm,
I'm
kinda
really
sad.
happy. The
I'm not using
Grenadier in the Lynx,
That's
like
nasty.
2 updates ago, was like Can and DRK's biggest fear was seeing that Lynx drive up with RP in the Grenadier because they had no way to counter it.
Yeah.
There was no way for them to deal with it. When I used to farm fruit baskets, like I would always do that, and Lemon and Ram despised me because I could never, like they could never stop me from killing their commanders. So I'm really happy we got this back.
Like, you must be one of the only, if not the only people who regularly use links,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so the devs are like, we looked at data and we decided, these things needed a buff. and let's assume that you're the only one using it, then they basically looked at you and then they were like, well, it's not going too well for this guy.
So actually, like a bunch of the stuff they changed were like just direct things that I wrote into about, like bringing
good.
the infantry into this.
Oh,
We
back.
get there?
I'm back.
Okay,
Yeah, I
everybody?
hit join call on accident on my phone. I didn't mean to do that.
So a lot of the things that I wrote in about are things that they actually changed. So like the shard changes was something I mentioned a while ago. All this stuff happening with Morgado and Neytiri, the bringing back the Nemesis commanders and that stuff. Like these are all things that I specifically asked for. And a lot of the information, like if you read the little note under Watchmen that says Morgado's previous deck encouraged players to use infantry to fill the 2 non-boosted troop slots in their decks. We heard from many players that in practice, I don't think it was many players. I think it was just me. I'm not gonna lie, because I told them exactly this following line. Not having infantry as boosted troops made Link's transport feel lackluster.
Yep, that's
Those
totally
were
it.
literally my words.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I feel like anyone who
So-
used it would say the same.
I think Rifle Squad was kind of dumb. I don't know why we got Rifle Squad instead of just Rifle Troopers. But who cares?
How many
and then
can you fit in the links?
You can add 3
One?
to it.
3?
You
Okay.
can add 3 because it
Oh, got
starts with a trooper. So you can add 3 more, which is why when he had Grenadier and RPGs, it was amazing.
That's perfect, yeah.
But the thing is, they added Rifle Squad, so you get
Yeah, that
6.
doesn't fit.
Why would we put 6 guys? I'm not totally mad though, because my Rifle Squad is level 41, so
Some members of your squad need to be excluded. They have to walk.
Aw.
Yeah, they'll just
Aw.
die anyway. So like,
yeah, it's
No
okay.
space for you boys. Sorry.
It's okay. They can walk behind and then shoot at whatever kills the links.
Yeah.
Reza, oh wow, she boosts AMP now. Wow, enough said. She's good.
Yeah, it's a really good deck.
Yeah, she looks really strong.
Wayne Fleet,
Wayne Fleet changes. Yes.
gas
these are
grenade.
good.
Thank Lord, thank the Lord. Great changes.
It's
Really?
funny because my Wayne Fleet deck already took out gas grenade, and I already had troopers in.
Yeah,
So it's just like, it's perfect. Honestly, I love it.
Who? Oh, what am I?
What
Williams.
was the change?
They
took out gas
grenade and made for Rifle Squad.
Okay, got it.
Nobody used gas grenade anyway on the deck, so I mean, cool.
Yeah.
Wayne Fleet is still brilliant, but Reza is still nice. A nice competition. That's really good. Williams. Yep, cool, good deck.
They took out Nest, gave us Pistol Strike. That's nice.
I
don't know why
can't really
we had
comment
infantry Nest in the first place.
because mine's at level 1, and I don't think it will change from level 1.
Mine's level 26.
Ali Harta, nobody used you. Casey, what did they change? They got rid of the Helldozer and they gave her the Shredder.
The Shredder.
Nice.
That's nice. That's nice.
And no. Oh yeah. No,
I'll take
everything
that.
else is the same.
Cool. Casey's still usable. Brilliant until they bring out inevitably an epic.
Actually, I think this makes her stronger.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you're not sinking 11 frickin' energy into a super monster beast that's
That did nothing.
not doing much for you. I think the Shredder's a lot better. It definitely gets
Yeah.
rid of any storms.
Fight.
No, it's worth it.
It's not too bad of a deck. It's nice. I didn't
It's
use
still
him
got a
anyway.
really solid deck.
But I mean, why use Fike when we can use other rares at this point? Michaels no longer has a bunker. Nope. And doesn't buff the incinerator. Still a
They
nice deck.
switched Incinerator for Grenadier, so that was really good. But they took out Bunker and gave us RPG Squad.
I just feel Casey's better. Enough said. Not a bad deck actually though. It's a nice swarmy thing, but it's incredibly costly to set up. Is the only thing. Sully is now Smith.
Woohoo!
Nobody used you. How do you pronounce it? Is it Chacon? Kaki?
Chacon.
Chacon.
Chacon? Okay, so
Chacon
she's a stalker
is
instead
how
of a
I
raider now. She is common, who cares, Kung, who cares. I mean, her deck's not too bad nonetheless. And same with Chacon.
Chacon's actually got a decent deck just to like attack something low with.
So they're nice changes, but nobody used them anyway, unless you were doing low fights. Augustine only applies at Atlas Beetle now.
Which makes her
Manikai
skill.
that nobody used anyway, unless you wanted really low power commanders.
This guy got the most dramatic facelift.
Yeah, he got a huge change. He's now Patel. Geodes, which no one farmed. Provides
I wouldn't
boost
even go through the troops, man.
to bombing run into fucking him. It doesn't matter. Volodin is now Adric. Burn fiber.
Oh,
Rest
yeah, buddy.
in peace. His missiles, but he got the Ripper.
Pretty
Oh,
good.
buddy.
And
oh, buddy.
he only works at burn fiber, but nonetheless, still nice.
That's a
Levson.
very important resource.
Levson change is nice. I'm liking
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and she works anywhere too, so that's going to be cool to see how she works. Shen still busts the AMP, still the queen of all gatherers.
Ugh.
Enough said. And Spellman is now uncommon. He still does Atlas Beetles. We now have 4 Atlas Beetles.
Grenadier.
Hell yeah.
He's basically trash now.
He
No,
buffs the
No,
Grenadier.
he's Grenadier at all sites.
Yeah, I just don't think that's very.
It's nice, but like, what
Like
are you
a
getting attacked
super
by that are
buff
swarms
Grenadier,
now?
like-
Neytiri doesn't have swarms, at least ground swarms. Jake doesn't have.
You guys failed to
swarms?
understand how strong a Grenadier shot really is.
It's huge.
Like, if
But
you're
nonetheless-
match power, your Grenadier is annihilating things.
I think there are better troops to buff. But yeah, keep going.
Hester is the
I'm
same.
not happy about anything else that's happened.
Ballowgun, rest in peace.
Huh.
He now buffs the Incinerator.
Oh,
No more
rip.
Flame Boss. Rest in peace.
Yikes.
Ballowgun is going to the sin bin.
Holy shit, that's bad.
We traded our battle gun for your Moats.
Yeah.
Oh, holy crap. It is that nobody farmed at Bluestone, but we used Ballowgun as a defender for anywhere. But
Yeah.
lol, I guess that's funny. Bulden, my man. My man.
It must be full
He's
damage.
just gone freaking insane.
Bulden is just intense. Safeguard,
Damn
clear
the
quartz, intense. Enough said. We have to gloss over this because we're running out of time here. I've got class in 10 minutes. Riveria Jones, oh, fuck you. Safeguard for Sulfur, Hornet Missile, Strike, RPG Infantry, Helldozer Ripper,
I don't
and
think we have
Rifle.
enough decks for all these freaking safeguards.
This is actually a really nice safeguard. That's a nice.
It is, but
it's really
like,
nice.
what deck space are you going to use?
Yeah, I know. You just have to constantly change them out all the time. It's
Oh.
a pain in the ass. We request 20 deck slots, please. Folks,
Yeah,
next.
that'd be
Give it
nice.
to us. Selfridge is pretty much the same. He only works the clear quartz and still
Yeah.
buffs the gunship, and the gunship got changed. So nice. Chang, big change. RPG station instead of RPG infantry. He is the Spellman of
Oh.
miners now.
Yeah, I really don't like that.
I don't like it either.
I see.
Whilst it is a decent card, especially if the enemy is dumb and lets you stack up the RPG troopers, it's just too easily killed. It's not funny. Castro still buffs the bunkers everywhere. But she now
But now
Bluestone? She's now Bluestone instead of Sulfur. Oh, I might have missed a few other things as well. Oh well, whatever. I'll correct it in the edit. Castro is still good. Strong bunker, especially now. It's going to be huge. Drenick is... oh lord, she provides boost to field barracks. Into the bin you go.
Ooh.
Sakai.
Yeah, thanks.
Who was Sakai again?
Trooper Squad.
Oh, the Asian woman. Yeah. Provides bonus to infant gone.
No,
Gone.
not you, Ivory.
Gone.
I know that.
She already, nobody fucking used her anyway. So
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah.
using her anyway. And nobody minds Magnetite either anyway. So it doesn't matter. Connors is the same. And now we get to bug fixes. AI failing to take control after some What? What are you talking about? The AI would randomly take... That's the most bullshit thing about this game. Low power mode. Please fix it. The instant it happens,
Oh, God,
the
yeah.
your game just deletes
Oh.
itself from your phone or something. And it's just like... Oh, such a pain in the ass. Please fix. Patch notes, not too bad. Pretty nice changes.
In one day. Oh my
random
God, hell
changes.
yes.
In general...
How do you guys feel about the promise to buff RDA? Do you feel like it has been fulfilled?
No.
Oh please.
To an extent,
No,
yes.
in all
I feel like
honesty,
they've done well.
They've given us a couple like little things, but it doesn't look like it's very substantial. Like, it doesn't look like a lot of stuff has changed for us. Like, most of our big problems were like
Yeah.
certain Navi units were too strong, and all they needed to do was nerf those couple of units, and they didn't do that. Instead, they just like sugar coated it and gave us like, here's a bunch of new cool stuff that's coming out, and this is what we did to fix things. And yeah, we have a couple like big differences now that we're gonna have to like work through and figure out like what works and what doesn't. And like my favorite commander is now an actual like commander and not a piece of shit. But I don't feel like we have a substantial leg up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel optimistic about the nerfs to Garden Grove though. I do think the health nerfs are because they already nerfed the health before,
I have
and
to
just
play it to see.
I think like there's just ways to counter it that like lowering the health allows us to like kill those plants from long range before we have to like run into them. And apparently Bulldog is supposed to be pretty long range, so maybe that's like Bulldog and Bombing Run. I think.
Well, actually, I can tell you.
I would love to discuss the new troops for Na'vi, but we are out of time. I've got 4 minutes before I need to jump onto the call.
Okay.
So thank you, boys and girl, Smurf, Ivory, and Zeti Boy, for joining me today
Yeah.
to discuss the patch notes.
Here's my links again. I'm gonna punch your face in.
Well, I can't now because it's better. It's better now, so I can't say it's a motorized picnic table anymore. So
See?
it's now a motorized tank table. So yeah. And thank you for joining.
All right. Yeah.
And
Thanks
I'll
for
catch
hosting.
you guys
This was
later.
fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will head off to class now. Thank you.
See you
Goodbye,
guys.
everyone.